Hey guys, welcome to Stock Talk on July 17th. It's 5:48 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be starting on a chart that is Netflix, and I'm going to show you guys intraday. Now, before we get started, I want to thank everyone for joining this video, whether you're coming from the Facebook page or from the YouTube chat or channel. Thank you for watching these videos every day and spending your quality time with me. I enjoy having the interaction with all of you guys, talking with you guys, whether it's on private message on Facebook, which is in the link below if you guys want to click on that, or just talking to you guys on YouTube or some other place. Have a great time doing this for you guys. So let's get started with Netflix. We left off yesterday looking at Netflix after market, off of earnings, 342 low, right? But I was looking for at least a couple of days of consolidation. It didn't happen, and when Netflix started trending higher, I put a small entry position at 351 Netflix, and you guys can see how much it went up. Now, I did not expect the magnitude of the increase for Netflix. However, what you can see is why did we form the support at 342? We actually talked about this yesterday, right when it was occurring. We looked at the 3-year chart, weekly candles, and what happened. Note the 20 EMA line, the light blue line, has acted as a support in the past. Yes, we were overextended. Yes, we knew Netflix was going to be a powerhouse when it starts recovering. 20 EMA line managed to pull above the support line today. Okay? So the support line is around 368.84. You guys can see on the 1-year chart that this should act as a support. Right now, we obviously pulled above it. I wouldn't be I wouldn't be surprised in the next few days to either we fill this gap between 380 to around 396. That could be an option, or we could come down, retest the support, and then fill that gap. Either way, Netflix continues to be strong. And I'm just going to show you guys intraday. Look at that, right? This Netflix move was actually a net almost 10% move to the upside. And I told you guys yesterday that it was going to end up in what? In the stock to watch. Yeah, that's right. Stock to watch for the week. Well, it moved up so much today that it is continuing to be a stock to watch, but it's a little less. It's still appeasing, but it's a little less appeasing now that it's went up so much today. Let's just put it that way. So I want to take you guys to SPY, and SPY, the NASDAQ reacted to the Netflix, going significantly higher. I think the NASDAQ went up almost 100 points today. You guys can see how NASDAQ and those indices pulled higher. Here is SPY and the S&P 500 tracking general market movement. Let's take a look at the 180-day chart. You guys can see that we have broken over the resistance of 280. Note, on the Facebook page, I said PSA, right? Even I gave you guys a notice that PSA, we are on a breakout trajectory, and I said this during the afternoon, and look for 280 as a resistance. We hit 280 as a resistance at the 1-day chart. Where was 280? It was around this area I was looking for, but look how we spiked higher. And then we consolidated, spike higher. That's an active trend to the upside, right? And now that we've broken the resistance, look for higher prices to come. Note that we always knew that the markets were bullish. The only question was, when are we going to get up there, right? And when are we going to close above the 280 level? Are we going to come down a little and close above and go above, or are we just going to slide above? And you guys can see we closed above, and now look for the blue line or the 283.90 mark, 284 mark to act as a resistance. That's the resistance I'm looking for. There shouldn't be that many resistances up towards that area. Sure, it can go a little sideways before pushing higher, but I don't expect a major down move after we crossed it today. Surely we might be able to test that support, maybe, but I'm expecting higher prices to come in the markets. So looking at TVIX, tracking volatility, we made a 180-day low, right? You guys can see that we hit $36 today, and volatility continues to trend lower as the markets push higher over that resistance level. You guys can see TVIX, it did go higher, but I saw this morning that there was a rejection candle of the 20 EMA. It's got rejected in the past. One should question why we got rejected even though the markets were in the negative, and if you were in a TVIX position at that time, you know, that's your signal to exit as we got that rejection at the 20 EMA line. So that is one thing to help you guys out. Taking a look at /CL tracking crude oil futures. I'm going to take you guys to the 3-year chart for crude oil just to give you a better picture. I think Prashanth, you talked about crude oil, and you said that you bought UWT at 33.5 and 34.5. So you guys are, if you guys aren't sure, UWT does follow crude oil. And I said, can you share my thoughts on this trade? And I'm anticipating oil to hit $70 by the end of the week. So here's crude oil on the 3-year chart, and you guys can see what's happening. Crude oil is on an active downtrend. Is there a sign of reversal? Is there a sign of, you know, a candle that points to a reversal sign? No, right? No. So you're saying $70, right, by the end of the week. Sure, there's potential. There's always, you know, room for it to hit $70. But take a look at this. First of all, this is a weekly candle we're looking at, so this has not fully formed. But second of all, we're at the 20 EMA, so that could be a good buy, but there's no sign of reversal, so we shouldn't take a position. Number two, when we hit the 20 EMA here it took around 1 week to start finding that reversal area, right? Here, it took around 3 weeks to find that reversal. So at the very least, we expect 1 to 4 weeks of consolidation before possibly another leg up. So if it hits $70, sure, it's possible, but is it probable that we'll hit up there? You know, that's hard to see, at least right now. Looking at the 180-day chart, you guys can see that, you know, crude oil, here we are. It's on a period of active decline. And right now, we're consolidating sideways to where? To the light blue line, the 20. This story repeats itself over and over again with charts everywhere. So hopefully you guys can see this pattern. This is something that we'll talk in great detail in the stock course as well. And before I continue, I want to thank everyone for visiting this video, and be sure to like this video and hit that thumbs up button if you do find these videos beneficial. Like I said, I really do it for you guys. I love doing this because I love looking at technicals, and if you guys can make money off of them, you know, that's even better, and that makes me feel that, you know, what I'm doing is worth it. So yeah, be sure to hit that like button. If you didn't like it, you know, I hope you like it in the future. You don't have to like this video, but yeah, so here we are, crude oil. It's consolidating sideways to the 20 EMA, and there's a possible move to the downside again with crude oil. So I just want to show you guys this pattern. So UWT, no sign of reversal just yet. It's just dangerous for you to hold that one, in my opinion. So let's take a look at /NG tracking natural gas futures, natural gas. So we talked about natural gas on the 180-day chart. I'm zoomed in on the 180-day chart. We talked about natural gas here when it was going up. We talked about natural gas here when it was consolidating sideways. And when it dropped below the support, the energy that was consolidated at the 1 month period got released to the downside. And now what's happening? Here's a light blue line, rejections at the light blue line every single time. And if you guys bought into DGAZ or inverse natural gas, what a great trend to play at, right? You guys can see that we're constantly getting rejected. Now it's going down, down, down. I do see a semi-support at 2.71, but the major support, in my opinion, is around 2.665. Those two numbers are quite similar to each other, but natural gas still on a period of active decline, right, guys? So if you guys take a look at DGAZ, right, inverse natural gas, this broke the resistance. If you guys got in around $24 for DGAZ, look at that, right? You guys would have made over 10%. Pretty good. So I just want to show you guys natural gas. Moving on to /GC. Okay. Look at that. /GC gold plummeted today below its support. We're looking for the next support to be around 12.10. Now, in the past, you guys actually question, kind of asked a question, how come, my support line's so low? But the reason is, one, we do find support on the 3-year chart here, and two, you guys can see that gold has been on an active decline. And when it declines like so significantly like that, in which we don't even have a retracement back to the 20 EMA, it keeps going down until we find a reversal signal, right? So far, do we have a sign of reversal? No. Is there room for gold to continue to fall? Yes. So gold continues to be not a good play, as we have seen no sign of a reversal. Note that we were at a support yesterday, but what happened? When we closed below this candle, that should have been you guys can see this 4-hour candle that was closed below the support. That should have been an exit sign for gold if you guys were in gold. But gold continues to trend lower, and that's a pattern that I do not want to participate in right now. All right, let's take a look at every comment, and today we're going to do a little different. We're going to start at the bottom of the comments, and we'll work ourselves up. So let's start with Space Ghost. Netflix got nuked. Based off of today, it got reverse nuked, kind of, or something like that. So, yeah. K9, can we take a look at IDCC? Yeah, let's take a look at the interdigital. Ooh. So I do like this pattern. I certainly like this pattern. It is on an uptrend. I think this pattern is good. I see that it's already retraced back. This is a good pattern. I like it. It's actually, you know, one that's kind of retraced back already and consolidated, and now it's on an uptrend. So I like this pattern. Good job on the call out. I do see a resistance around $90, $90.62. One thing to note is if you guys were to take a position right here, note that we are kind of in the middle, right? In the middle area. So you want to allocate your risk effectively. Should it come down, you're able to at least, you know, kind of average down. The best time to buy would probably be around the 50 SMA line, around $76 and change. Of course, we're never sure that it's going to fall that way down now that it's going on an upwards trajectory, but you guys can see that we're still a little overextended the 20 EMA. Perhaps wait for it to come down just a little bit before taking a position. If you guys want to take a position right now, I mean, you certainly could, but you know, so that's a good trend to look at. Good job on identifying this one right here. All right, good job. Milland, great analysis, or good analysis as always. Thank you. Rico, SPY is going higher for sure. I'm glad I'm not in Netflix, and well, so I got into Netflix. So Netflix, just realize, you know, Netflix and those Amazon, those are powerhouse stocks, and we've seen these tech stocks just trending higher and higher, and you know, right now, now that the market just continues to be bullish, I expect those to trend even higher. Eric, account blown up by Netflix. Well, hopefully you still have Netflix, right? Can I break down CODA? What? Well, so what? Did something come out that formed this? Hold on. Whoa. Okay, look at this sharp sell-off right here. So was it based off of earnings or something? Okay, so something came out with this one and spiked it to 948, and now it's going down. So one thing to note is this one is way too volatile for me. Wait for it at least a couple more days. Whatever came out, whatever news that came out that propagated this rise, got a massive sell-off, showing that the markets thought it was completely overbought. And I want to wait for this one to settle. Look at the volume. The volume isn't that much either. Are we looking at a 1 hour chart? Let's take a look at the 1 day chart. The volume is what? The volume's also extremely low, and that's where you see the manipulation, right? We got volume, very low volume. All of a sudden, we have a 10 million volume on a daily candle, and then now we're going back to 1 million. Certainly not one that I want to participate in, as this is too volatile with low volume, way too risky. Okay. Rizwan, can you short VZ? Can you short VZ? Inverted hammer. Oh, I see. Okay, so let's take a look at that. So you guys can see that the resistance, there's a couple of resistance areas. I'm going to box this one in for you guys. Ooh. Okay. So the resistance is around here. It could be around here, but there's resistances all the way up here. So this is actually a really large resistance area in my opinion. So you could short that if you wanted to, but the question is, you know your stop loss too, right? So your stop, let me see how far this moves. This one's actually kind of interesting. 3%. So it's not that bad, right? So if you have your stop loss, that should just continues to go up. Right now, yeah, we formed a semi-hammer, but it's still on the uptrend. We don't see a reversal just yet. Sure, this one can pull up even higher. This one moves kind of slowly, so your risk level is lower. So we are near the resistance, I do agree, but we don't have a sign of reversal just yet. And therefore, if you're taking a short, you just need to set your stop loss, okay? Rizwan, we talked about UGAZ and DGAZ, so hopefully that one helps you. And then LRCX. Okay, I think this one we've talked about quite a bit. LRCX, it is worth a look, I agree. Earnings report is next week. Thank you for pointing that out. Another very astute observation, Ben. So yeah, I see that we've had the support. I boxed in this area where is the area to buy, or should we see that reversal area? And you guys can see that finally, after many days, it's now trying to trend higher. Certainly a very nice sign. The only thing is, like I said, like you said, it's the earnings that's putting a question mark. So the earnings can fluctuate downwards, it can fluctuate upwards. I would wait until after earnings and see what it does. Before possibly taking that position. Here's earnings. Look what happened. We went up and then collapsed the next day. These are green candles to the downside. We've seen that before, have we? Yes, we have. You guys can see this candle, right? This was a sell-off candle. We went higher and then just sold off again. Certainly a dangerous sign to hold when I know we're kind of on the bottom, but you know, it's just a little dangerous now that it's gone. It's done that in previous earnings. Then what's the best entry for AXP? So you guys can see on AXP, and let's actually take a look at 3 years. So AXP, you guys can see that the resistance continues to be around $102. We're very close to the resistance. That's around 90 cents away. Do you think that risk is worth it to get up there and buy long at this point? You know, that's one for you to consider. Just note that we've had this uptrend for so long. Now that we're so overextended, I can almost argue that this is a good short sell opportunity. Just wink at that. The only thing at this one is we are forming an ascending triangle pattern. You know, we found the support at the 200 SMA or the red line, and now we're kind of getting wedged in. So in my opinion, this one is the potential for gains in either side, the short sell or the buy side, is a little getting limited. MT, okay, so MT is one that okay. So MT, right? So MT is one that has continuously trended lower. I see what you're seeing in that we're supposed to have a support around this area. Okay, so hold on, let me take a look. Okay. Popped over. So that is one that looks pretty good right now. I do like this one. Just note that, yeah, there is a potential for profit on this one. But you guys can see, again, this is a wedge triangle. We're getting wedged in once again. So the potential for profit is less, but there's certainly still potential for profit. So here we're seeing it's kind of reversed higher. And now, yeah, this is a good one to look at. Thank you for pointing this one out, Addy Boy. And yeah, this is a higher low pattern, and We're seeing some reversal back up. You know where your stop loss is at this point. Yeah, this is a good pattern. Good job on identifying this pattern. The only thing that I might not like about it is because I was looking at the long-term trend and that it's been declining a lot. All of a sudden, we do see some semi-reversal. And the MACD is actually pointing towards the inward. So we just got to be a little careful for that one. Certainly set a stop loss as well for this one. All right, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this stock talk. Like if you like this video, as always, and I will see you guys tomorrow, Wednesday, for another stock talk. In the meantime, let's take a look at SPY. We'll see, you know, if it starts kind of just moving, you know, steadily higher as we near the major test of the what? Of the what? The 180-day high. We're getting close to that area. Certainly a very exciting time for the markets if you're a bull. So, I mean, I'm not a bull or a bear, but I just go by what the chart says. The chart says we should be bullish, and therefore that's how I feel. So, all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and enjoy your day.